So, what's your story about? Well, it's about a guy and a parachute. A good logline can make the difference between someone who wants to read your script and someone who wants to not read your script. Today, we're going to go through some quick tips about writing your logline. We're going to talk about what is a logline. We're going to talk about the important elements of a logline. We're going to give you some examples, and we're also going to give you some tips about how to craft your fantastic, perfecto logline.
What is a logline? A logline is a one-sentence summary or description of a movie. Loglines distill the important elements of your screenplay, the main character, setup, central conflict, and antagonist into a clear, concise teaser. The goal is to write a logline so enticing that it hooks the listener into reading the entire script. 4 primary parts of a logline. While there is room for creativity in writing a logline, a good logline will always have the following 4 elements: a protagonist, an inciting incident, the protagonist's goal, and the central conflict. It is not necessary that your logline read in this exact order. For instance, you can describe the central conflict before you list your protagonist's goal, or slot your inciting incident near the end of your logline. However you decide to structure your logline, these 4 components should be clearly defined. 3 examples of loglines from famous films. The best way to learn how to write a great logline is to get familiar with the loglines of successful films. These logline examples pit strong characters against even stronger antagonists for a compelling one-sentence read. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. When an optimistic farm boy discovers that he has powers, he teams up with other rebel fighters to liberate the galaxy from the sinister forces of the Empire. Titanic. 2 star-crossed lovers fall in love on the maiden voyage of the Titanic and struggle to survive as the doomed ship sinks into the Atlantic Ocean. Finding Nemo. When his son is swept out to sea, an anxious clownfish embarks on a perilous journey across a treacherous ocean to bring him back. 3 tips for writing the perfect logline. Writing a great logline is a craft in and of itself. Take time to practice multiple variations of your logline, keeping the following tips in mind. Clearly lay out the narrative, but not the ending. A good logline clearly and succinctly lays out the dramatic narrative of a screenplay and hooks the reader, enticing them to read the entire script. For this reason, a logline never gives away the ending. Use active and visual language. Good loglines use active language that articulate the visual possibilities for the film. Words like struggles, journeys, and fights are much more intriguing to read in a logline than learns, wonders, or comes to find out. Hone in on the irony of the premise. The best loglines contain a sense of irony. Irony draws the reader in and tells us that we are in for an unexpected and unconventional story. For example, the logline for Erin Brockovich contains a sense of irony between who the protagonist is and her goal. An unemployed single mum gets a job as a legal assistant so that she can take down a Californian power company that is polluting a city's water supply. If Erin Brockovich was an accomplished attorney and not an unemployed single mother, the story and the logline would be less compelling.
We hope you enjoyed the quick tips. There'll be more on the way. Stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel. That's enough, isn't it? That's probably enough. It's just a logline, you know.